Coming up today on Taking Over Tottenham, can we make the Champions League Final? To do that, we need to beat Bayern Munich over 2 legs. Let's find out if we can.
No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that.
Hello everyone and welcome back to episode number 22 of Taking Over Tottenham here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well, and if you're looking forward to this Champions League semi-final over 2 legs against Bayern Munich, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying the series here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell as well, so you are informed when more Football Manager content does drop here on the channel. But if you missed yesterday's episode, the quarterfinal against Liverpool, I will leave a link to that above my head in the top right corner. Very tight game that one was. We got through it obviously because today we take on Julian Nagelsmann's Bayern Munich. The first leg is at their home ground. If we can get a decent result from that game, even lose that by only 1 goal, we should be in with a decent chance of trying to make our way through to the final, much like we did against Liverpool yesterday when we lost that first leg 1-0. But before we get into that, we have played some Premier League games since then. We'll give you guys a quick recap of this. You can obviously see by the league table, we are still not that far behind both Liverpool and Manchester United. Now slipped down to third. Our goal difference compared to those guys is not great, but it is certainly looking like a free horse race with only 5 games to go in the season. Our results since yesterday's episode, we haven't played too many games. Obviously, we brought you guys the result of that FA Cup semi-final. Not great, but luckily we have picked up 2 wins in the Premier League since then. Games that we do need to win, because remembering our run home now, and amongst our last 3 games, it does involve Liverpool and Manchester United. So we're probably going to have to win both of those games if we want to win the Premier League title. But first off, we took on Leeds. Pretty scrappy game this one, but luckily Andrea Belotti did pick up a penalty early in the second half, and we did win this game 1-0. And then a more comprehensive performance, you could argue, away at Wolves, picking up a 3-1 win here. Brian Gill opening the scoring. Ruben Neves did equalise 1-1 at half-time, but then Harry Kane picked up a double in the second half, and we do pick up a 3-1 win, which means the Premier League is looking how it does, as I mentioned before. As you can see, Harry Kane high up there among the goals, average rating Heung-min Son, and assists Heung-min Son with 14, just in behind Bruno Fernandes. But we're having a pretty good season. Hopefully we can lift the Premier League in the second and last season of this save. But today it is Champions League semi-finals that we are focusing on, us against Bayern Munich. And in the other half of the draw, Manchester United did win the first leg of their tie 2-1 away from home, so they are in a really good position taking that back to Old Trafford. But we do come into this game pretty much fully fit. Dele Alli nearly back, not quite, just means that Alfie Devine does keep his place on the bench, but otherwise most players are fit. Tanguy Nianzou not quite fit enough to be starting this game, but we do still have Joe Rodon, so that should be okay. So we're more or less at full strength, and we will come back shortly from Munich to see what we can do away from home in this first league. And we do have TV coverage for this game. Here is how Bayern Munich line up. There is one notable change for them. They did sell Robert Lewandowski to Real Madrid at the start of this season, so not as strong up front as they might be, but in terms of us, as I said, we're at full strength. Hopefully we can pick up even a half decent result away from home here to take back into that second leg. 33 minutes gone here, and it is going to be a corner to Bayern Munich. This so far stats-wise looking very similar to the first leg at Anfield yesterday. That is a great save though from Onana. Not sure if it was that or that it came off the post, but good chance for Bayern. Does remain 0-0 though. And that's full time in this game. That was the only highlight we got throughout the entire game. You can see there stats-wise, Bayern Munich, quite similar to what Liverpool did to us in the first leg yesterday. Fired a lot more shots, but we hung on. We did very little, but they could not break us down. And there was really no point updating you guys on what happened throughout the rest of that match. We will take that all day long. That's a pretty good result away from home, so still locked up, and we'll come back shortly for the second leg. And back in London for the second leg of this Champions League semi-final. Here are what the teams look like in terms of Bayern Munich. They are looking pretty similar from what I can tell. I should have mentioned they do have Barbosa on the bench, but he didn't do much in that first leg once he came on. Anyway, in terms of us, we are making just a few changes. Winks is in for Lo Celso for this game. Recent form from him just a little bit better. And we have also got Joe Rodon starting at centre back. You'll notice that Kerr Smith comes onto the bench. We are very light centre back wise at the moment. We've suffered a few injuries in the game in between now and the first leg. Tanguy Nianzou is gone, so that is a bit of a disappointment. Joe Rodon is also injured, in fact, but he is playing through injections. Hopefully he will get through this game, because while I like Kerr Smith as one for the future, hopefully we can keep Rodon and Romero out there, as those two have been very good for us so far this season. So slightly depleted side, but at home, hopefully we can still get a result here in the second leg of the semi-final. Still locked up at 0-0. And an early highlight in this game, Pedro Porro makes his way down the right for Bayern, has joined them from Manchester City fairly early in the save. Goretzka with an early header, given a bit of space straight at Onana though, and it does remain 0-0 nice and early, albeit this highlight does continue. We pump it long. Kane out to Angelo, the hero from yesterday's episode. He'll try and pick out Son, gets his head to it off the post, and Upamecano just gets rid of it, and it will remain 0-0 early on. 15 minutes gone here, and Bayern playing out from the back, but that's a poor pass there from Joshua Kimmich. Can we make the most of it and try and get our noses in front here? Højbjerg over to Angelo. Harry Kane one-on-one with the keeper. Good save there though from Neuer. That was a great chance. We can't make the most of it. Bayern Munich nearly gifting us a goal there, but it does remain 0-0. Rodon from the corner. It is high and still 0-0 just after a quarter of an hour gone. 32 minutes gone here, and we do have a corner. Son puts it in, goes straight to the head of Upamecano, but Angelo looks to tidy things up. Rodon to Son. What can he do? Angelo with a shot, trying to pick out that top left corner just high, and it's still 0-0. And that is half-time in the second leg, and we are still locked up at 0-0. You can see that great chance that Harry Kane had there. Brilliant save from Neuer, but it's a pretty even game, similar XG, and it does remain locked up at 0-0. Pretty happy with the chances that we are creating though, so we'll make no changes yet and see if we can break through in the second half. 53 minutes gone. First highlight here is a corner to Bayern Munich, and Dayot Upamecano puts them in front, something we have been very effective through ourselves so far this season. Bayern Munich strike us with, and it is a near post corner, and they do go 1-0 up. That's disappointing. It's an away goal. Not too sure if those count, but that is a little bit concerning, and we are going to make a few changes here. Two of our defenders are not on good ratings, so Frimpong can come on for Emerson, and Davies for Lottie. Will change those wing backs, see if they can go a little bit better than what was already out there, but we are 1-0 down with 35 minutes left to play.
Yeah.
And almost immediately off the back of those substitutions, before we could even make one, because we're going to have to make that Frimpong one again, Joe Rodon is out, and that is a big blow, not just for today, but for the Premier League title race as well. That means Kerr Smith is going to have to play a fair bit of football for us at centre-back potentially. I don't think Joe Rodon is going to be available for much of the rest of the season, because he was playing for injections anyway, and he has had to go off injured. So we're in a spot of bother here. All three subs used, still 1-0 down with half an hour to go, albeit we now have a free kick to Bayern Munich once we tell Højbjerg to ease off tackles. We do not need a player getting sent off now. That's the last thing that we need. But Bayern look to seal this. Leroy Sané down the right-hand side, and it's a penalty given away from Ben Davies, and things are going from bad to worse for us here in the second leg of this game. Bayern Munich might be doing us again at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not that they've done us so far in the save, but there was that very memorable game which they played while Mauricio Pochettino was in charge. Sabitzer, Onana comes up big from the penalty spot yet again, just like yesterday, where he denied Mo Salah. This time he denies Sabitzer, and we are still in this at 1-0 down. Kimmich with the corner. Can we deal with it? Only just. Musiala blasts that over the bar, but Onana keeps us in this, still only 1-0 down. And shortly off the back of that, we do have a throw-in down the other end. Can we get this back to all square? Harry Winks in Dombele, and hello, we'll curve that bottom left corner. What a star we have on our hands here, the young Brazilian wonder kid. He looks special in this year's game, and he is coming up big for us. Has only been at the club less than half a season, and he has scored some very important goals already in the Champions League. Curves that nicely into the bottom left corner. Nothing Neuer can do for that one. And it's back all square with 25 minutes to play. 78 minutes gone, and we do have a throw-in inside the opposition half, but Malcolm with the interception, and hopefully we keep them out after doing so well to get this game back to all square. Malcolm, edge of the box. What is he about to do? Nice little bit of footwork. Frimpong was trying to keep that out. Musiala, Malcolm. The shot is blocked at full to Musiala, and they pinch a second goal. The commentator thinks it's just a blind move. Pretty lucky, let's be frank, but that could be a dagger blow for our hopes here in the Champions League. It was some good build-up play, but Malcolm has a pop shot, comes off one of our defenders. I think it was even Kerr Smith. The rebound falls very kindly to Musiala, and it is now 2-1 Bayern with 10 minutes to go. We need to go quick. And we are into the last few minutes of this game. We are not creating much up front apart from through Angelo. We are trying to play more direct. We have got most of our players on attack, and we crash out of the Champions League. Bayern Munich, you can see their XG rose quite significantly in the second half. They had some good chances, massive save from the penalty spot from Onana, but they pinch a goal late there through young Musiala. And unfortunately, we are not going to be in a Champions League final, going out in the semi-finals 2-1 in the home leg to Bayern Munich. So back in the inbox after that very devastating defeat, that one, we go out in the semi-final so close. I think injuries and fitness in general might be hitting us at the wrong time of the season. Joe Rodon, as you can see, as we're about to click on this item, he has broken his ankle and is out for 3 to 4 months. So he is gone for the rest of the season. If we go over to our medical centre, you can see that Tanguy Nianzou also out for 6 days to 2 weeks. That's an injury he suffered in the Premier League. So we're going to have to rely on Kerr Smith for the next little bit. Hopefully Nianzou will come back for those important games, but we're certainly going to be a little bit weaker at the back than we would like heading into these big last few games of the Premier League season. But Champions League wise, we are out at the semi-final stage, which I suppose isn't a terrible effort for a team like Tottenham in our first season back in the Champions League, but to get so close and get knocked out by Bayern Munich at home is a little bit disappointing, especially when you consider that in the other tie, Manchester City came from behind at Old Trafford to beat Manchester United. So it's going to be a Manchester City Bayern Munich final, and I would have backed our chances against Manchester City in a one-off game because they have been somewhat beatable so far this season below us in the Premier League table. So that's really annoying. That if it was Manchester United, probably wouldn't have fancied our chances so much, but against Man City, I reckon we would have had a shot in the final there. So that is very disappointing. But now our focus is going to turn to the Premier League, and it does mean that tomorrow's episode is going to be the last of this series here on the channel. You can see that in between those two leagues, we did beat Southampton at home 2-0, goals to Winks, a penalty for him, and then Harry Kane off the bench. So that does keep us right in the title fight. We are only 2 points behind Liverpool and joint on points with Manchester United. We are going to have to win this outright on points. We are not going to be able to turn around that goal difference, but we are still right in the hunt with only 4 games to go. But we've got Norwich next, and off the back of that is when we're going to start tomorrow's episode. We will play until we do or we cannot win the title. So it might be 1 game, it might be 3 games. We'll come back for the Liverpool one. If that goes well, then we'll come back for Man United. And if that goes well, we have Sheffield United, where we could potentially clinch the Premier League. But that Liverpool game is going to be tough at Anfield. Not sure what's going to happen there. That could put a massive dent in our hopes. But if we can get through that one, I think we've got a decent chance, because Man United, I think, are beatable if we take them to our home ground. And Sheffield United is a very kind last game of the season. But hopefully we can at least try and get 1 trophy out of the second season, because it would be a slight regression from the double that we did win last season, albeit we are competing in much stronger competitions this time around, and we've been pretty competitive in most of them, bar the Carabao Cup where we did get knocked out early trying to defend our title there. Manchester City getting rid of us early. But if you did enjoy today's episode, unfortunately, couldn't quite make our way through to the Champions League final. But if you did enjoy it, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video. And if you are enjoying the series here on the channel, or Husavik Heroes, if you haven't checked that out, I will leave a link to that above my head in the top right corner. But if you are enjoying all the stuff here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well so you do not miss any of it. And until tomorrow, where we are going to try and wrap up this save with a Premier League title win. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.